Hello, gamers. It is Tuesday. That means this game. Yay! Alright, let's see what is new in here. Anything? Still the chieftain. Badger. Chieftain. We already reviewed all of these, so gonna do that again. I think the Blitz stream's still going, but I didn't watch it before. I'm not watching it now. I'm gonna hydrate though.
Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, well, you got 3 dudes on the hill. I'm going up. And the 60 TP is going up, so that should be fine. To start off. Maybe. Yeah, well, they're not going to move into city, so that's a good thing. There's a 263 up there. Keep pushing the city. I mean, you know, lads, we got a pretty big advantage here. We might want to make use of that, huh? No? Maybe? Oh, okay. Probably not. Anybody out here? Nope. Oh, we gotta move, because those 2 guys are dead. So... it's 2 dead on our team. And they got 3. And there's a Koro that I can't get rid of. And there's a T-22 that's getting away. And we're probably gonna lose because they didn't do anything. How am I doing? How's it going? Going pretty well. I mean, except for in game, because, you know, as you can see. 2, 1, come on. 1. Probably can't peek too far because there's a lot of guys down there, yeah. Yep. This is what we call throwing the advantage. Right? What we had here is we had 3 mediums, they had 2, and a heavy tank, and me up the hill, right? And the only one willing to actually move on the enemy was me. Everyone else just sat there in the middle, while the 2 guys in the city got wrecked. And that puts you in a 5v7. It should have been a 5v4. Because these guys would have moved. But they didn't. Now they're on fire. What's the Reforged update bring? I mean, better graphics, crappier UI, more casual players, commanders, and yeah, better graphics basically, that's the upside, but everything else is still questionable. So, it's like an update to Unreal Engine 5. But yeah. Like, there are a couple of things that are really good about it that are missing from the game now that it's gonna bring. But generally, it's not an upgrade. It's a side grade at best. Like, you're changing, like, better graphics for a UI that's made by a Ugandan farmer. Hi, Titan. Even though Tara's almost seen the 183 platoon or a team of Braided Mouse. Well, I mean, here's the thing. The mouse trying to climb the hill is at least trying. You know, because if you're on Middleburg and you play in the hill, you know, that's what you're gonna do. I mean, nothing surprising there. See, this is, I mean, I don't know what the Progetto is like. These 2 guys, they had the perfect opportunity to take the push and send it. But I mean, obviously with this down there, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that the Jagdpanzer and the IS-7 stayed in the city and died. But this one, you know, it's like, the thing is, well, one of the things that separates a bad player from a from a good player. Well, I mean, the thing that separates a bad player from a terrible player is that one of them is just doesn't care, and the other one genuinely, actively tries to lose. But like the difference between a bad and a good player is the bad player just goes somewhere and was like, whatever happens, happens. But a good player looks at things and like, okay, if I go there, that's gonna happen. If I go there, that happens. And if I go there, that happens. And I'm gonna go there where the best thing happens. Got my exam grades today. Ooh, nice. Congratulations. Congratulations, friendo. And yeah, so it's good. But remember, grades aren't really that important. They're important enough to get decent ones, but don't stress yourself if you don't get the best ones. Because unless you're trying to become a doctor, I mean, I don't know why you have to be really good at analyzing poetry to become a doctor. Doesn't really make sense to me. But most of the time, grades ain't that important. Most people at work are just winging it too. Alright. Gotta be careful here because we got 4 guys. Chan wasn't my worst one. Yeah. I mean, my finals, you know, Abitur, I was terrible in math and German, but then I was really good at like the other 3. I did like my final exam things. I did English, biology, and history. Don't ask. Well, you can ask. It's a very tactical choice. Before it's stream over, I don't know. I didn't watch it. I mean, I assume that they probably just repeated the same things that the announcement videos had in them anyway. So, yeah. Let's see. Is it good at memorizing? No. I'm very good at contextualizing. Right, if I can see the full picture of something. Right? Whereas, like, if I have to learn a poem or analyze a poem, I'm like, huh? I don't know. Is that a iambic pentameter? I don't know what that is. You know, it's, I'm not a fan of words. Let's see. But I mean, I'm good at math as long as there's no X in it. Right? Let's see. I remember math, physics, German, written on biology, and geography. Yeah, well, yeah. The thing is, I wanted to do geography, but then was like, you know what? Why would you do physics as written? Like, jeez. I did history, and I did pretty well in it. I did English and biology as oral, but like, you know, 1.6 average for that was good enough. Ha! That was way worse than that. Then again, I didn't give a shit. So, let's see. Because like, I'm that kind of guy, you know, if I care about something, it's straight up 1s. But if I don't care, I'm fine with a 4. And then 1 and 4 averages out somewhere in the middle. Alright. Oh, I was gonna say. You had you already have the G9 again. Because I had to do an 8. And I had to do it during COVID as well, so that was fun. Right, let's see. Yeah, it's a long time ago at this point. God damn, I'm old. There's 1,000 points gone. Alright, well, if you have anything, tank requests or any Reforged things, then you may talk about them. We may thing. But, yeah, I mean... Let's see. 8 years in COVID from 7th to 9th grade. Yeah, COVID was 12th grade. So, that was fun. Alright. That was fun. Alright. Well, I certainly don't miss school. That's for sure. But it is better than work. In the end. It would be nice if you would, if you could retire early in life when you're still fit, and then go to school at the end. So, it would be nice if humans would reverse age. Alright. What are you doing, buddy? You can't do that. You can't, like, deflect that. This is not a good tier 10 in its current form. I mean, here's the thing. I remember the 3-shot AMX, and 3-shot AMX was a lot more fluid, a lot more enjoyable. And I think that, in terms of tank balance, one of the biggest mistakes Wargaming's ever made is making, like, keeping the 57 as a 3-shot and making this one a 4-shot. I think the 57 Heavy should have gotten the 4, because it fits a lot better with what that kind of tank is, right? Because it's that kind of, oh, fuck, it's in front of me, I'm dead, kind of tank, right? Whereas this one is like the more mobile, more nimble fighter that runs around the battlefield and picks off its targets, right? And the 57 Heavy is just this turret that shows up behind a house and then you're dead. Hey, yo, Andrew, how you doing? Yeah. Congrats, Timo. You can now... What's your plans now? You're gonna... Uh-oh. God damn. French. My math teacher plays what? Lol. My math teacher liked alcohol. And the fire department, because basically in Germany, like, most fire departments are like voluntary, and with the voluntary fire department they mean alcoholic booze festival and the occasional extinguishing a fire if one does eventually happen, but it's mostly alcoholism. So that's like being in the voluntary fire department in Germany is like the best excuse for alcoholism you can possibly have. Alright. Let's try that again. It's kind of crazy, yeah. Maybe the math teacher... Oh. Studying mechanical engineering for the program. Let's see. Yes, to get money for it. Yeah, but you also have to work during the, like, semester breaks, which is a pain. So, you're gonna be miserable. But, because I know someone that does that, and they're miserable. So, because you have no time off. But, good luck. It does have the advantage of, like, you get the money, and most of the time, you also have a job after. Right, in the same company. That is true, but here's one thing. Here's one thing about life and money. that I've come to know, you can get more money. You can never get more time. Alright. What is this team spread? It's terrible. Like, it makes no sense. Next, this 8.5 years plan. Trying to do masters as well. Or like... Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's see, how do we do? Oh, hello. Switching to HE is faster than missing. Come on, nope, that's not it. I do assume the Blitzstream's still going, then. Okay, so 103, I'm gonna hide behind the non-to-scale mouse. I don't think these mouses are to scale exactly. I think they're a little bit smaller. It's like a 90% scale mouse, which is really annoying because... I mean, most Blitz maps aren't to scale, which is one of the things I really dislike about the Blitz experience, is that some of the time, like, you know the maps where you have like cars and stuff, and the cars are like tiny. Like, tiny, teeny, tiny cars. Look at this truck. Like, look at these trucks. They're like... I mean, obviously they're squished, but look at the size of that truck. You know, it's not real. It's especially true, if we go back to the first Ultra test on Reforged, and a Dead Rail, it's kind of funny because there are vehicles that look like they're Kharkovchankas. Right, the Soviet, like, Arctic explorers. And those are built on the chassis of T-55s. But if you put a T-55 next to it, they're not the same size. Which is kind of funny. So, like, all the maps are like 80% scale. I've actually messed that up 4 years fixing that company. I see. They own you now. Well, as long as it's a good company. As long as it's not VW or something.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's go. I go straight to the middle. I go though. Alright, have a good one. See ya. Level 50. Well, Titan, here's your 2 183s. If you're still here. They're on my team though. So maybe we'll have to survey the enemy team afterwards to find out whether they were terrified. Okay, I have a problem because they have better mediums and more of them. Okay, well, let's take map control. I'm gonna take that IS-4 straight up his back. He's gonna get attacked from the front, and I'm gonna attack him from the back. Obviously, there could be some guy here, but this guy's now gonna get screwed. I'm gonna have to turn my tank to the side because he can HE the rear. So, there's a guy. There's a tank destroyer. That's not. Ah, you. Ah! LOL. Oh my god. Well done, 183. Well done. What a peek. What a miss. Pro gamer. Lovely. How the hell did he miss that? Okay, just 5 of them left. There we go. Aim that in. Watch the TVP. Always be the hardest target. Because it's quite... like, for that TVP to fight me like this, it's kind of inconvenient. And if it's inconvenient to fight someone, a lot of people just simply won't do it. So make it as inconvenient as possible for the enemy to fight you. Then you're gonna live. Most likely. And now, see, I know the Karo's coming. So I gotta get out of there. I know the 4005's down there. So I gotta get out of there. And now... let's see. No, 7 move, dude. Dude seems to be sleeping. That's not good. Why would he waste his last shell like that? Just peek me properly and finish it off. Okay, the Karo's busy. He's gonna reload for at least another 10 seconds, so I'll be fine. Last HE shell. Kaboom. Okay. That's a bit unfortunate. And he's dead because the 183 is gonna jump on him. Yup. He did. That Karo is no more. It has ceased to be. And unprecedented offer. 23 hours and 59 minutes left. Ooh. For 1,500 gold. And 3 mystery boxes. Well, guess who's not buying it? As in. Welcome. The student is ended. Hi, Clyster. Watch this. You're gonna lose. Not buying that. Yeah, did they say anything important then? Because, you know, I don't. Probably not. Nope. I have 1. What do you mean? I don't see it. There is no Streamlabs message. Am I getting cucked by Streamlabs? I see it. What the I don't. What the hell? That's weird. Like, it's you, Zed, and Timo. That's it. Gee. I am the Forge. Oh, shit. Okay, we have a terrible team. Well, at least we have 3 terrible players on this team. God dang it. Well, 2. Because the 183 is at least moving. The 2 heavies still haven't understood the situation at all. They're just standing there, right? They don't know how to play the game. Do you usually stream on Wednesday? No, I don't. I stream Tuesday and Friday. Because it is Tuesday. So I stream today. It's Tuesday, isn't it, bruv? Alright. I'm probably gonna die if I wait this corner, but... not that we're gonna win anyway. And guess who's left alive? The do-nothing heavy tanks that got us in this shite in the first place. Yo, Adam, I can. But first, we only get one line from giveaway. It's a piece of shit. Well, didn't I tell you that already during my Christmas review? It's like there seems to be no point in either the coral or the lion because the Progetto exists. So, yeah. A75. Which is a great vehicle to begin your Blitz journey with. To the E100. Alongside the 60 TP line and the E5. So my T22 7.5 for the draw, I got nothing. Well, gambling is bad, kids. Always has been. Gambling is selling you the idea of winning while losing. It's like those how to get rich quick courses. You know, the best way to get rich quick is to sell someone else the idea of getting rich quick. Right? If I sell $600 courses on how you can get rich, well, guess who's getting rich? Me, not you. So, if I sell courses on human trafficking, then my name's Andrew Tate, but I'm also getting rich. I mean, I don't know if he actually sells those. I just assume because, you know, that's the thing he's expert in. He wouldn't be good at anything else, really. But technically I beat Wogan. Did I get rid? No, you didn't, because here's the fun part. Even if you win gambling, you still lose because while you own the tank in your garage, it's not actually your property. Like, it doesn't belong to you. You're licensing it. So every time you buy something in Blitz, you exchange money for a license that can be revoked at any moment. If World of Tanks Blitz decides tomorrow to delete the 183, there's nothing you can do about it. Obviously, Wargaming in their primary interest of making money aren't going to really do that because they don't want everyone pissed off unless, I don't know, it's Reforged. Maybe, here's a conspiracy theory. Maybe Wargaming made the first Reforged Ultra test so crap on purpose as sort of like a shock therapy where they knew everyone's going to hate it, but then they could use everyone's feedback because everyone hates it so much. They can use that vast amounts of feedback to actually improve the game going forward. But maybe that's too far. That's too far thought there. They probably just thought that the Blitz they can come and the Blitz community will just swallow. But as it turns out, they spit. So subscribe for more analogies. I think they're forged up, they look crap. Here's the thing, graphics are a secondary characteristic, right? Like, if a game's really good in the substance of the game, it doesn't matter how the graphics look like, right? The graphics are a nice bonus, you know, it's nice if it looks fancy, but I don't, like, just the game improving the graphics alone isn't gonna really improve the game. Adding DLSS, which means we get to use best anti-aliasing. Jesus. I thought you were on a stream, you T2 while commenting on it. Well, I don't have any... Well, I mean... I can't make a video on it yet. I can't talk about it yet. I've already made a video about it, but I can't release it yet. And as far as I know, there is nobody on that server anyway, currently. So I can't do anything. So... Oh, Cyclone, how you doing? Can you rate my account? I want your opinion on it. Yeah, well, I don't have your account, but sure. You can only really say two things, and that is one, are you above 49%? And two, are you happy with it? If both is the case, it doesn't matter what I say. Is that on EU? Well, case closed. You're above 49%. You're fine. So... Fan of the French tanks, huh? I mean... You can probably see yourself that you're better with tanks like the E100 and the 777. Well, it's only 2 battles here. Than a 50B. 50B is notoriously terrible to play. KBZ's a great choice. Wargaming loves you for the amount of collectors you have. There, 5,000 battles and loyal collectors. But see, here's the thing. If you're happy with it, and you continue to do okay, and you continue to stay at this level, at a better level, then that's fine. You know, obviously you're at 5,000 battles, so you're gonna be out of noob matchmaking. Wargaming still loves you. Well. Curious, what other games do you play other than Blitz? Well, Forza Horizon, Counter-Strike 2, and Le Mans Ultimate, even though I haven't gotten to play Le Mans Ultimate in a couple of weeks now, which is very sad because it's a great game. And I got a whole ass sim racing rig just for that. So, it's time for you know what. I mean, it has been time the entire time, but... Yeah, it's removing average damage and window of tanks. Let's see them in Blitz stars. Probably. I mean... I've been for a very long time. It's not the first time. I mean, I bring it up again now because Wargaming's changing it, but... I said this... 3 years ago at this point, that I would rather you can't see other people's in-game stats except for like the very basics. Like, let's say I go onto the account and all I see is like I see the amount of battles and I see the win rate. That's it. Right? For example, like, if you're like in Counter-Strike you can't see other people's stats. In the majority of games you can't see other people's stats. Right? Because what for? Or the stats are like hidden in a submenu of a submenu. Like, for example, in like GTA, if you go in GTA Online, you have to open that weird Rockstar thing, and then scroll down, and then there's your like your values there. So the majority of game stats aren't really displayed for other people. You can see your own, but you can't see other people's, and it does add a quite significant level of toxicity. I mean, it is nice to know that the shit guy on your team was indeed shit, but you can pretty much tell that they're not having a good time in the current battle without knowing the 40% win rate anyway. Okay, we have this mission. We got Dracula. We got not that. Got the MX M454. How did I get 75? How will I get mad if I can't see the stats of the 43% win rate, 183 player that hashed me while going 30 kilometers an hour? Yeah, see, exactly. Like, there is not a single positive thing about seeing other people's stats. There are some neutral things, you know, like confirming your suspicion of a player being terrible or not terrible, but that's not really a positive thing. That's more like a neutral thing because, you know, you're not really... Like, are you gaining much from calling someone that's shit? Probably not. It's like calling Elon Musk a Nazi. It's just true. You don't need to say it. It's just true. 752. Hello, Marky. Hi, Ultra Hider. How you doing? Mixing competitive, which is usually what game company wants. Nope. Game company... nah. Competition is not the goal. Because here's the thing, the more competitive you are, the more you care about the game, the more you're gonna question what's going on, and the more demands you're gonna start asking of the game, right? The more casual you are. Basically, the perfect way for any player of a mobile game, or any game, to be, is to spend money on it and shut up. That's the perfect customer, right? That always buys and never complains. Because he can do anything. It's like, oh, price increase, ayo. Change of the offer, ayo. God damn. Lol. You gonna stream Reforged on Friday? Probably. Probably. I don't know if the release date of the Ultra test is publicly announced. I assume it is. But... how was that play? It's called the I don't care, let's try it play. Because here's the thing. There is no actual punishment to doing it, because I'll get my 3000 W8 anyway, no matter how shit I play. You're welcome. But... oh. Balls. What can I say except you're welcome? And he just missed. It's not in a gaming scene, you aren't making a bank if the game isn't good. Mate! FIFA has been shit for 10 years. This is making millions. It don't matter if the game's good. It matters if you emotionally manipulate the players into a dependency that make them spend copious amount of money on a subpar game that isn't developed properly, because you can make so much money off a terrible game that it doesn't really matter if it's developed properly. Ayo, what's that? No, they don't. Hi, Psycho. So we got 9 demands player base of bots. Well, everyone's a bot except you, of course. But here's the thing, right? And why Reforged isn't gonna fix anything. If you make a game more casual, you're gonna attract more casual players. Right? And more casual players in a strategy game, that Blitz is, means a lower quality of gameplay, on average. So... especially if there isn't... I mean, it could be the case that Wargaming's working on like a proper extensive tutorial on everything, which a lot of people are still gonna skip anyway. But... yeah. think Blitz stats isn't gonna be a thing anymore since Wargaming will remove the API or something like that. Well, I mean, it depends. There's always ways to grab stuff. I mean, like, basically, if the data's on your computer, it can be extracted. So if Wargaming stores your account data still on your computer, or at least loads it onto your computer, it can be extracted. I'm all purple and right now makes sense, but in my case meaningless. Why? Because NA server? Okay. Someone's gotta do something, and that someone's me. All right. We're gonna go 69 kilometers an hour. Oh, there's really any way I can go if you attack properly. Because here's a little secret. Well, it's not really a secret, it's literally how the game works. If the enemy isn't pointing at you, they can't shoot at you. So, the more you can play on the enemy's side, the more you can play around the enemy, the better you're gonna do. Because the more time you have engaging the enemy, where they're not looking at you, the safer you are. Okay. Hold. Hold what?
Fuel tank hits. Nice shot.
Okay. Well, I mean, the Panther and the Pantera, they're throwing away, so that's nice. Oh, shit. Shit! So there will be less good players, it will kind of be pointless to get good. It is already pointless to get good because Blitz doesn't have a meaningful professional scene, so you can't earn a living off this. I mean, you could send dong to kids and then make a living off it. Those two things are not related. But that's a different story. So it's already meaningless to be good at Blitz. Unless you're having fun. That's kind of the meaning of it. That's what gaming is supposed to be, if we all remember. Right back to into the history of why video games exist and what they're for. They're to have fun. Yeah. It feels like Reforged to make the game look like a Supercell game. Maybe they need to do some fan service and try to appeal to an older audience. Well, they're gonna appeal to the audience that makes them the most money. Welcome to business. Business is kind of like BDSM. You're gonna hurt the customer so much, but that they're still having fun while doing it, right? If you start waterboarding them, that's gonna end badly. But you gotta hurt them as long as they're happy. Because then you're gonna make a shitload of money. Would you like some marketing psychology up your bum? Yes? No? We don't care. Have it. Alright. There we go. Buy 17 crates right now at a discount for only $49.99. Actually, $49.98. Big discount. Hello. Those anime... Well, it's not really fan service, it's business. They know weebs like anime stuff. If enough people of that demographic play the game, they're gonna... I'm stupid. They're gonna be like, let's try and sell one of those anime things. If it sells well, we can sell more. Right? It's like, you have your target demographic, right? But then you also find out what sub-demographics is within that. You know? Uh-oh. Like, for example, if you're in esports, and you're doing an esports thing, a pretty significant amount of your sub-demographic is energy drinkers, for example. So you can integrate that. It cost again. Wasn't it 300? I think it was 300. I think there were 300. If I remember right. They were 300. And yes, that's a bad price. And yes, people paid it. Alright. See, here's the thing I don't understand. A lot of people are broke. For economic reasons, because we built a terrible economic system. But if you, let's say, have the money to smoke, to gamble, and then you still complain that you can't afford food, I think there's a pretty bad priorities there. Hello, Dino. Yeah, but you're buying Lego sets. That is a pretty high priority. You know? It's not like cigarettes or gambling. I'm broke from hookers and wargaming. Hey, at least you're doing something for the economy. Remember, you work for the economy, not the other way around. That's the system we built, boys. I mean, it's obvious, right? If it hasn't already been, if you think about it. You know, what do politicians talk about? Do they talk about the people? Or do they talk about the economy? Oh, the economy is not doing so well. We need to invest. We need to get the economy better. Nobody's ever gonna say we need to improve the living standards of the people. That's communist. They're always gonna be like, oh, we gotta improve the economy. Alright. Well, guess what? I can't eat the economy. I can't eat Lego bricks, though. I'm Argentinian, that's double broke. God damn. Kill. Ah, frick. I'm gonna stay. Okay, I can fight this. I can fight this. I can fight this. I'll be fine. Gotta be careful to not shoot him into the track, because as you can see, the side plate's very well angled. Oh, where the wargaming store? There's 60, jeez. Bam! Hey! I guess a better investment than gold. Only if the rates of autism continue to increase. Then it's a great investment. model trains as well. Of course. Hydrate. Alright. Pokemon TG. Well, yeah. That's the thing, you always need someone to buy it. If nobody has money, nobody can buy it. Alright. Hello. Why me, bruv? Because the manufacturer is like 10%. Well, it's 30%. Because the new Blitz tank is 180. Roughly. Like the regular 30 crate release. Yeah. Any new tanks? No. A rammer container. Well. There's that. All right. Time for the Rhino. Spent $500 on a Lego set. Is it the Millennium Falcon? I don't want it or care about it, but there it is. I don't even know what that is, I'll be honest. Discovered that one dude on YouTube made Star Wars scenes for that game music. Yeah, okay. That's true, Psycho. It's true. Starting to regret my financial decisions. If you don't regret your financial decisions, you've never made financial decisions. Oh, it's on new standards. I'd rather kill... Yeah. I would rather scale the Empire State Building, right? And then pants myself at the top of it, than do that. Cyclone. Because you'd probably have to pay for them. Is there an OnlyFans yet? That's more like an Only Diddler, but you get the point. Fuck Teram. You're not broke, you're just stuck in a system that values money over people. Alright. It's the continuation of the valuing status over people. You know? Like, ayo, you're the inbred product of the king. You're automatically better. Yeah, I mean, that's still a thing today. Unfortunately, but... I have 60 cents. That's a lot. Razor Crest. I don't know what that is, but congratulations. I'm assuming it's a big-ass ship. For anyone who feels stupid spending money, remember that, Lee. And booster. Did you? Hello, Rip, how you doing? He is behind you. Nobody there. Liar. Alright, let's get rammed. What tier is that even? Seems to be 7. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, but here's the thing, I'm not worried about it because if there's a chance of 5%, then 20, if you take a chance, 1 in 20 first crates is gonna have it in it. So it happens. Okay, let's try it out. And then after that, we're gonna do another round of thank requests. No, I didn't. I'm highly autistic. Well, liking Lego ain't autism. Liking model trains isn't. Those are stereotypes that are somewhat true, but not entirely. It's like the stereotypes that Americans are dumb. It's not entirely true, but mostly. Okay, so it's a T-125 turret with a question mark chassis. Or hull. Americans are fat though. Yes, the average BMI in America is a lot higher because the processed food is a problem. You know, it's a... America has a lot of problems that stem from its own belief of superiority. You know, if you stand there and be like, I'm American, I'm better. It's quite easy to be worse. If you're convinced you're better, you're very likely worse. Alright. Not fat. Yeah, but again, it's a stereotype. It's never applied to all of them. It's never true. I don't think there is a single thing that applies to all humans that isn't, like, biology. Like, you have to consume oxygen. That applies to every human. Right? But if you go beyond that, I don't think there's two people that are the exact same, and I don't think you'll ever get a group of people that have 100% the same things, right? You know? Not as ugly as the Predator. Yeah, well, which Predator? The YouTuber or the tank? Alright. I don't really know what... Is that a mini? No, it's a beat... No, it's a frickin' beetle. Well. It's a bug. Well, the beetle is the second... Yeah, whatever. Why did they jam a frickin' bug in the back of an E5 turret? I don't speak those commie words. Hold on. Hold on, I'm about to say something communist. Hold on. Hold on. Everyone should have a right to live, to food, to housing, to health. Take that. That's so communist. Alright. Let's do another round of tank requests. Communism is everything I don't like. That's not communism, that's common human decency. That is common human decency right there. Because everyone knows if you invest in a company, if you give a company money, and if you like give a company the ability to progress, they're probably going to return your investment. The same for people. If you invest in people, in most cases, they're going to return much more back than you ever gave them. Right? If you give a homeless guy a home, they can find a job, they're going to start paying taxes, and they're going to do much more, and they're going to return much more than you invested into them. That's just fact. Or you could give all the money to the billionaires, they just sit on it, do nothing with it, accumulate it, and everyone's miserable. It's very un-American of you, I know. I don't have the... I do have that one. 295. Avatar, here is my pick. Well, it's like a man with a guitar. That's all I can see. 178 and 75. Yeah, that's... Are you sure you're not Canadian? Because you're not fat and you're friendly. You sure you're not Canadian? And pointless stereotypes. Woo! 295, T22 medium, T22 medium. That'll do. Chims. I can't type today. All right, one more tank can be requested. And my neighbor dog is a yeah. Why is your neighbor dog a communist? Does he ask for equal pats from everyone? Ravioli. A good mix of capitalism and communism is something good. There is one better system. It's called the Nordic system. It's the currently best functioning one, right? So anything we do to move towards that, if you're not already there, is good, and anything to move further away from that is probably bad. Right? America's terrible. China's not great either. So extremes are pretty much never good. Test his geography knowledge. That gives every American. All right. 907. Do a vein and get fat. But yeah, it's pretty much like you simply have to make an economic system where the system serves the people and not the other way around. You know, like if you're because in unregulated capitalism, your only value is the value that you create for other people. Right? You're not worth anything unless you create stuff for other people. Unless you create capital for other people. That doesn't work. Because everything can be bought. You can be bought too. America already tried that before. Didn't work out. It barks at night. I see. Do communists bark at night? Marky, name a country in Asia that starts with S. Uh-oh. Thought being bought was abolished. Well, right now, there are more slaves than there ever have been in human history. So, nope. They just call it different now. Yes, Dino. Let's see. Chat beat me to it. Damn. Slow. I was eating sunflower seeds. Damn. Actually never tried those. Do feed them to the birds in the winter, but I'd never actually tried any of them. Thoughts on the Rhino overall? I mean, if you know what you're doing, it is a pretty solid vehicle that definitely worth getting. It's definitely worth getting if you're decent at regular heavies, like if you have your 60 TP, T125, if you're good with those kind of tank, then adding the auto-loading capability of the Rhino is not really going to be too big of a problem. Alright. You can get out of here. I know you own a great portion of them. Yeah, I got a ton of kids in my basement, I mean... You know... Alright. I got a rammer charm. That sounds wrong. That kind of sounds a bit wrong. But then again. Let's go. Yeah. Because the kids I have in my basement are plants. They're plants. So. Because unlike real kids, plants don't throw up on you. Alright. He's growing weed. Well, I'd be allowed to. 3 plants. They're allowed 3 plants now. I probably should at this point. Given how the world is heading. Probably might be a good way to calm down. There's no effect on me. Damn. Not that it's gonna be allowed much longer where you live anyway. So... Got shot in the cupola. It's illegal. Yeah, because fun is illegal in Texas. Alright. Hey, Ian. It's not Reforged. Uh-oh. Well, there is gonna be a new Ultra test. I mean, the cops don't care anymore. Well, I mean, if we go by the statistics, those cops are way too busy beating black people and their own wives to care about weed. Mm. So, yeah. I kind of feel bad for the decent cops out there. You know, like if you have a barrel of apples and one apple in it is bad, you can throw it out. But if you have a barrel of apples and 70% of the apples are bad, you throw the barrel away. Ayo! Who dat? I know them because they're in nuts. I never thought I'll see it a day that it happens without platoon. T22 medium, where are we at? Only buy 3 ounces at a time now. Would have gotten 10 years in prison for that 4 years ago. Jesus. Yeah, but see that's what I don't get either. Like, you know, like, why the hell were the prison sentences and all the prison sentences for drugs so damn high? Like, what the hell? Like, sentence the people to rehab or like something useful, you know? Like, don't. I'm on EU. I'm on the OI server. I'm good, Ian. How do you do? How do you do? It's Banjo 42. It's 3 years as old. Well, I mean, if you look at the immigration history into the US, you can see that especially a lot of the early settlers were religious nutcases and people that Europe wanted to get rid of. So it doesn't surprise me in the least to have that. You know, like those hat-wearing people that got kicked out of Britain for being like, ayo. Thank goodness beer is not illegal. Well. I mean, even though the planet would be a much, like, humanity would be a much better species if we would have never invented alcohol. I mean, it is unavoidable that we did anyway, but we'd probably be much better off if we didn't have it. Oh, that you can't get rid of it now, you know. Alright. Fosh. He's not gonna do more than 3k damage. Oh, me! I don't know how much damage I'm gonna do. 3.5k damage. What you doing, Foshy, baby? Use alcohol for medicine. Yes, there are a lot of positive use cases of it as well, like disinfecting stuff, but you know, I mean, as a whole. Love birds and animals get high on fermented fruit just for fun. Yeah, dolphins get high on pufferfish, so we ain't special. We ain't special. Hey, tips for CS2. Aim at head. I don't know, if you want to play competitive, like, pick yourself two or three good maps. Which means not Mirage. And then play those 3 maps, and then get good at those first. Right, and then expand further, because if you play all maps, you're gonna, like, be mediocre at all of them, but just trying to learn a couple of them first. And then work from there. 4114. Humans are the only ones that make fun illegal. Humans are also the only ones that make things that are entirely natural and normal illegal too. What do you mean you like men? That's illegal now. It's stupid, but hey. Let's see. Join a new week. Alrighty. It's a trims time. Because animals get high poison, so we make our own poison to get high on. Yeah. I mean, we're just special. We're in no way better, but we're more special. You know, we have a broader range of things we can do. Right? Good and bad.
Let's go.
Because an intelligent creature wouldn't destroy its own habitat. You know, if you give an orangutan a chainsaw, it's not gonna cut down the tree it's sitting on. You know? But if you give a human a chainsaw, they're definitely gonna cut down the tree they're sitting on.
That one didn't go through.
Alright. I want to get up there, but they won't let me get up there. They're all just cuddling here. I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't want to go up there alone. I caught the perfect timing as the Foch was repositioning. Okay, let's see if the T-49 is light enough. Don't think I can turn him. That's a little bit of a problem with the corpses. Right, you can use the corpses, but you can't really rotate them as well. So I can use the corpse. Man from banging stones to blame Blitz. Yeah, we evolved backwards. I know. But yeah, I mean, most of the physical components of the brain are still the exact same.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh no. Oh no, Cyclone. Oh no.
The gun's damaged.
Deep thoughts with the deep.
We didn't even scratch them.
Deep thoughts with the deep. If you haven't seen The Boys yet, you need to. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's one of the very few things to give Jeff Bezos money for.
Enemy armor is damaged.
No, the what? It's not a show about priests. It's a show about rogue superheroes. It's called The Boys. What are you thinking about? Why are you thinking like that? What you doing? Ow.
This Nicholas had it.
This won't get 100k subs. I don't want 100k subs. You know? Being famous is fun for like 20 minutes, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. I'm screwed. Thousands of years, 5 just the peak of evolution. The peak of evolution, guys. A car that starts with P. Well, there is a couple. Porsche, Pagani. Pfft. What else? Yeah. Peugeot. What's that the one? I don't know. "907. The most pointless of the Tier 10 Soviet medium tanks. Where's my phone? I don't want that.
Бой начинается.
Porsches. I don't get it. I'm too dumb. iPhone. Yes. It is an egg phone. Alright. Well, it's more like a me phone. The heck? Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody.
Есть пробитие.
Alright. I shall start with gasoline too. If they start. If they're not currently on strike. I said unleaded 95, you cheap fuck, says the Peugeot. They only got 90. Oh, Jesus. That was a bit dumb. Sell that iPhone and buy Android with custom row. What? Ding dong dino. Bam. It's 13. I have an iPhone 13. ROM. Why would I do that? What's the point? I can just give Tim Apple money and I get a phone. Marimio. Lol. I have my iPhone 8. I do too. But I don't use it anymore. I got 4, 6, 8, 13. And the only reason that would make me get a new one is if Apple ends the support and because the battery is terrible, but you can replace the battery. And because it has lightning, which is a pain in the ass because everything else I own is USB-C except that. Like Apple's proprietary insanity is crazy sometimes, you know? If you have a Mac, it scrolls in the wrong direction. Right? Like, how, why, and why does it have the stupid command key? Right? Why did you have to do that? Like, just make the same keys as everyone else, god damn it. You know, you have the stupid command, and on most Apple keyboards, You have, like, instead of control, you have command, but the command is where alt is supposed to be on a regular keyboard. That's why Amazon Prime and all that. Yeah, they all do. I mean, businesses love fascism, right? Because fascism is essentially the political version of capitalism, right? You have... Nobody has any value. You only have duties. Things you have to do. You know, you're not worth anything except for what you do. Or who you serve, in this case. You know, you as a person don't have value in that system. Right? You only have value as your skin color, your gender, your job. But you don't have any value in that system. Which is, you know, how it is. Caro T49. Yeah, I mean, monopolies are genuinely terrible for most things, but there are cases where there should be a standard. Like keyboards. Wargaming should start making phones, but instead of selling it to you directly, you have to buy it crates, of course. I don't have the fearless G-Saw. Just have the regular G-Saw. Let's attack. Let's fall back. No. Yeah. I mean... Is there any genuine reason to use a Mac? Like, iPhone, I get it. It's better, I think. But when you compare, like, a Mac, I mean, it's more idiot-friendly, I'd say. You know, it's easier to set up and stuff, and, you know. But there's a lot of things you simply can't do with it. Saint 1992, you don't need no Apple One. I don't actually know when that came out, but I'm just gonna guess. Alright. Murat. Got a good old HP. Well, as long as it's not a printer, it might be okay. I mean, my old PC was HP, and it was pretty okay. Right, but they're also HP, like mine was standard parts, you know, imagine that. Like, ATX power supply, correctly formed motherboard. You know. Yeah, but I mean, like, Macs, not MacBook. Of course, a NVIDIA graphics card is a lot less efficient than an M4. I've had a Mac crash doing music or video. Well, me neither, but I used Resolve and not Premiere, so... I mean, Resolve crashed a couple of times, but Resolve saves everything when it crashes. So, it doesn't really matter. Oh. I don't think Audacity even has the audacity to crash. To put it that way. And I can't afford Pro Tools, so there's that. Well, I could, but I just don't need it. Well, I can't. Alright. Studio I've been in has Mac running Pro Tools. Yeah. But I don't even know how much Pro Tools costs now. I can't afford it. Nor do I want to. I got Audacity, and it'll do. It's free. If I need it. Alright. I know that in, like, most pro workflows, especially, like, in video editing as well, it's like Avid Media Composer, Pro Tools for audio, that kind of stuff. But, yeah. I'm fine with Resolve. For now. As long as I don't have to touch Premiere Pro ever again, I'll be happy. Photoshop, Lightroom, sure. But a Lightroom Classic to be exact. But nah. You're recording like 14 likes left. Yeah, of course. Of course. Never had to do that yet. Worst I had was 4. Alright. Hello, Typey Type. How you doing today? Hi, Curtis. How you doing? Why I'm on fire? No. No. I don't want to be on fire. Okay, next shot's dead. Boom. There we go. I mean, I would already appreciate it if Apple would, like, make proper prices for, like, SSDs and RAM. That would already be enough. I think it's probably cheaper to buy like 2 terabytes of iCloud for the duration that that computer exists and runs than to physically upgrade it in the system. Because like iCloud 2 terabytes gonna set you back like 120 a year. Let me see. And it also is sort of safe, not sort of safe, not perfect, but let's see, Mac. I don't want that. $18. 512 gigabytes of storage is the standard. 1 terabyte, 512. They don't even do 2 terabytes. Do they? Let me see. 500. You can get 4 years of 2 terabyte iCloud storage for the price of 2 terabyte SSD. Extra from 1 to 2. You could... 8 terabytes. Okay. Y'all probably know about Apple pricing. I want you to guess, how much does 8 terabytes in a MacBook Pro cost more? Alright. 300. No. The 2 terabyte already costs 500. So an 8 terabyte WD Black costs 585. So 585 euro drive. Apple will mount it for you for an extra of 2,750. Holy shit. Alright. I have 4 hard drives in my Mac tower. Cool. That's... Yeah, I have 2 terabyte... 2 10 terabytes... data center drives... in my NAS. Like, they're refurbished. I got them for 100 each. 10 terabyte. For $100. Ain't bad. They're loud as hell. But they still run. And they're probably gonna run for a while. Fit 18 hit points going on at one. Killing 8 triggers on drums. Eh. I remember GarageBand. Damn. I have 70 gigabytes storage. What do you mean? Where? It is nice though that at least most phones now come with like 128 standard. It's already something. It's already something. My laptop. Oh. It's not a lot free. Oh my balls! Help! Hi Gold, how you doing? How long has Blitz been dying? It's not dead yet, but it's been declining since 2022. So there's that, if that's what you want to know. As loud as a PS4. I've never had a PS4, so I don't know how loud that is, but... I mean, they're not really loud when just running, but if they're, like, writing or reading, it's just like... Yeah. Big fan mode. Uh-oh. My storage can only fit 1 made video. It's probably... I mean, it's probably 8 hours long, right? 8 hours, 8K. HDR. What else? What else can we put on? Oh, it's also a RAW file. Is there a file format even worse than RAW in terms of file size? Because RAW obviously is everything uncompressed. Yeah, there is probably ways to make it worse. What do you think? What did change to Reforged for now? Olivia's hair is not purple anymore. You're welcome. Olivia's hair is not purple anymore. That was the most important change. And Duncan's bald now. Why do you know so much? Have you watched it? I sent it to you, remember? Don't you remember, huh? Who supplies you? How dare you? How dare you forget me? Final Cut Pro is 350. Jesus. Why would anyone still use that? Jeez. Like, you got Resolve, you got Avid. Do you need anything else? Holy f... Hold on. How much does that cost? 8,500? Holy fuck. Nah. Hell no. Grill. All free in Pirate Bay. True. True that. My Pro Tools is 15 years old. Yeah, probably the original version, not the subscription version that's available now. Because, like, it's audio editing. You don't, like... Besides some, like, random AI tools that, like, Resolve has and stuff that are interesting, you can't really do much to audio that can't be done already anyway. We're having a rant about trains this stream. Well, we can, if you want. Yeah, if you want to talk about the increasing terribleness of the German railway system due to its commercialization and failure to actually plan to the future and adapt to the needs of the people. Especially don't like the addition of commanders, it's just weird. Well, I don't really care, to be honest. I didn't care about the commanders the first time. I don't care about them now. Obviously, like I said in the first test, there is gonna be bugs. Loads of bugs. There's probably gonna be loads of bugs in the second test as well. But as long as Wargaming fixes them for the release version, who cares? Ha! Just eat it. I mean, if you still have if you're on Steam, and you still have the test version installed, it should just work. That's all I know. Oh. Eat it by Weird Al. Is that a real thing? Yeah, it is Weird Al, so it probably is. I just... Sounds real to me. And if it's not, it still sounds real to me! Titan Strife. What does that mean? And what do you mean by happen? It would be funny to do an entire Blitz video in the style of Jordan Peterson. What do you mean by heat shell? Define it. I would. Time for the Oh, I gotta look that up. I gotta be honest, I've never actually looked into Weird Al. I know he exists, I know what he does, but I've never really ever looked at him. Probably been missing out on something. There. Yeah, damn it. Hold on. Got YouTube. Okay, it exists. I'll have a look later. Seems to release the tank buyback coupon in your storage. I don't know. We'll see. It's time for Murat. I played you like 30 minutes ago. How you doing? It's a pleasure. But damn, imagine spending 500 bucks on an SSD. It's crazy. Why is there a brand called Fikvot? Hello? Why? Has gone too far. Has naming gone too far? I'm gonna complain about. Nice. Hey. And someone tell me it don't got armor. Someone tell me it doesn't have armor. I mean, yeah, I never understood why Wargaming had tried to like reinvent the wheel with a lot of the stuff. Like with that steel currency in it. Like, why? You already tried that before with spare parts. It didn't work. Everyone hated it. Why did you try again? You know? You ain't stupid for trying it the first time, but definitely stupid for trying it twice. Oh no. What is that? Camping Jagdpanzer? Camping Rhinoceronte? Huh? Okay. Yeah, mate, I got 200 hit points. I got a diddle. Shit. Not that kind of diddle. I'm not that guy. Need to run enhanced armor just like the ELC. True. True. That's why I bounced the E4, I think. That's why I did it. I did it. For the people. Camera tower low. Yeah, that's most likely. That is most likely. Mega draw container. Remember, kids, all of this gold is not my money. I get this from Wargaming. So I can do this without any repercussions to myself. Because that's not my problem. Got 2 worthless containers. Another worthless container. Last one. Useless. Okay, there's a customization. That's kind of whack that you get the customization containers, because they're the worst type of containers. They're genuinely useless. Blazing avatar, boom, fetty camouflage. Jeez. What the hell is this? Kaleidoscope container 2 may contain. Yeah, well, I'm not getting that. Exactly. Mystery box 2 and a mystery certificate because I have 15. That's why I got a mystery certificate. Just because I have 15. If you open 50 mystery boxes, you get a mystery certificate. So. 500,000 credits. And what tank do we get? A Titan. 54D. What's the compensation? 3.7k. So I think I actually made... Yeah, I gained gold, but only because I got the guaranteed certificate. Reforged. Alright. It's time for the last round of tank requests for today. Because tomorrow I gotta get up early, unfortunately. Thursday and Friday is off, but unfortunately tomorrow I have to get up early. And before that I have to return a frickin' package. Well, 3 to be exact. Well, I have to return 1 and sell 2. So... STB1... Blitz Nation AMX. No, it's not. It's a T4. T42. KPZ50T. You know, play the pancake. We're gonna go to school. I don't know. Last time I've been to school was like a half a decade ago. It was in fact half a decade ago. More than half a decade ago. Fuck, I'm old. That's not good. What am I gonna do? I'm old as hell. All you gotta do is play Blitz. Nah. Yeah, I'm already, for the entirety of existence. Nah, guys. I got other plans. So. I was thinking, I mean, because I have Thursday and Friday, I have nothing to do. I was thinking, I'm gonna... You all know those, like, morning routine things that are still going around. I was thinking about doing, like, a World Tanks Blitz morning routine skit. The problem is I don't have the white monster anymore that I used as a prop last year. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have used that and got rid of it that way. But, sad. New gen. Yeah, I mean, Gen Alpha is screwed, though. You know? Gen Alpha is screwed. Like, genuinely screwed. I feel bad for them. Because they're already screwed, and none of it is their fault. And the generation after them is probably going to be even more screwed. I mean, we're already screwed. You know, but like... I feel like the only people that got away without problems, without trouble, is Gen X. You know, they're just like... Nobody ever cared about them. They're living their life. And they'll die before climate change gets bad. Alright. 30 old now. You have arthritis. Yeah. I gotta like work my back better. So I think the only thing I need to do much work on my back, but the rest's coming along nicely. So I'll be fine, maybe. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Death gets us all, if you want to or not. So let's see. Give me. Yeah, we can just not get in the workforce nor afford a home already. Exactly. Well, I have the luck of not needing to afford a home. It is in a pretty, like, shit location, but Well, it isn't a great location when there's going to be a nuclear war, but basically I'm 1 hour, like, whichever direction I drive, I can drive 1 hour in either direction and I'm in a cool place. But here, well, it's okay. Future President's childhood Skibbity Toilet. Skibbity Toilet President, oh no. Well, I don't think there's gonna be a president dumber than the current guy. In the US, at least. You know, the ultimate anti-intellectual president. He's anti-lectual. Alright. Thought I had it. Oh, wait, right, it's a tier 7 in Blitz. It's a tier 8 in World Tanks PC, as I was like, what? Oh, why is it not there? You're in Germany. I could have placed for French nukes will accidentally fall on the tail of the Russian Ocean when invading. I know. I'm very aware of the folder gap.
Let's get this show on the road.
I don't live there, luckily, so maybe I'm far away from the fallout. And it's also only East Germany, so you know. You can't ruin much more there anyway. The only thing you'll hit is a bunch of Nazis and the poor people that can't afford to move out of there. Sad. I feel bad for them. There's some places in East Germany where it's like 40% Nazis now. It's like, what? Lads, decide. The fuck are you doing? But yeah, I mean, East Germany got screwed really badly by West German companies. In the reunification, basically what happened is that all the East German companies that did well, they either got closed because the West German companies didn't want any competition, or they got bought up for cheap prices and then closed, or they got ran into the ground. So basically the majority of East German business either got destroyed or is now fully owned by West German business, and obviously all the profits go to West Germany, and most of the East German everything really is administered by West German people. You know, all the businesses, there isn't a single East German CEO in like the big companies. So yeah, they got screwed and now they're like Nazis. Call that Mississippi. Yeah, but that's worse because Mississippi didn't like get screwed by someone else. I mean, maybe by hurricanes, but do they go that far? I don't even know. But I mean, it's somewhere between where hurricanes end and tornadoes start. But they did it to themselves. Like Mississippi did that to themselves. You know, East Germany, they got screwed. Mississippi screwed itself. Alright, but it's always like a feedback loop, right? If you have idiot leaders that are against education, that are against humanity, that are against any form of mutual understanding, that are simply my way or death, right? Then you're not gonna, like, do really well. Because politicians are, in most cases, always a reflection of the people, right? People don't elect the politicians they want, they elect the politicians they deserve. So it's always a reflection. If you got ignorant idiots in your population, you're gonna have ignorant idiots in politics. Even more so, because power attracts idiots. Right? Because if you have a position of power, then it is gonna, simply by its nature, attract people that want to use that power against other people. To control other people. To harm other people. Okay, 3,000 damage in this little tank. Can I get a third kill? Probably not, because the M6 is on it. There we go. I got hit hard last weekend by the tornado. Yeah. Already lost power for 8 hours. Jesus, that's crazy. Well, glad everything's fine with you, but some other people's houses are probably gone. See, here's another thing I don't understand. Like, if you're in a tornado area, build a house that can withstand a tornado. You know, like freaking brick, like hard, thick brick. You know, I mean, part of your roof might disappear, but the house is still gonna be standing. Right? But if you build your house out of like cardboard, all gone. You know, your couch is gonna be in Colorado. All right. Mississippi is not for the weak. Yeah. 5,000 homes, businesses. Jesus. Just one tornado. Jesus. That's a big one. What's up? Yo, I can now post my Reforged content. How about that? I mean, I've yet to upload the video. I don't know if I can, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to stream the current state of the test server, but I've already made a video, and I'm gonna probably release that, like, now, after the stream, because it's already done anyway. I already rendered it, already made it. Most of our houses are brick stone, that's the only thing that saved damage from becoming biblical. Yep. If you build a cardboard house, I mean, yeah, a tornado's still gonna ravage a brick house pretty badly. It's gonna tear the roof off, but most of the stuff's still gonna be standing. My house is an old brick 2-story, 120 years old. Damn, that's pretty old. That is ancient for a U.S. standard. That is ancient. Like, a third of U.S. states ain't even that old yet. I mean, almost. Well, a little bit of an exaggeration, but 19. Yeah. 1905. Was it already 48 states at that point? I don't even know. I know that, like, the Montana and everything, like, the pointless stuff up there where nobody lives, that took a while to happen. But... not as old. Wow, thanks. I mean, most of, like, 20th century American history is, and then they bombed someone. But, alright. St. Louis, yeah, but that's old. That's like old America. Alright. Also, I mean, it's a city. You know, I wouldn't want to live in rural Mississippi. You know? But see, that's the thing, like, the people that live in those rural areas, they're not Republican and stupid because they're stupid. They simply don't have access to education, they don't have access to money, and they don't have access to diversity. You know, if the only thing you see is other toothless white people, you're never gonna build much tolerance for other people. It's just natural. You know? Ain't their fault they're fucked. You were founded before America was founded. God damn. What you doing down there? What you doing down there, honey? ELC bees. I could. Hold on. Content creation. Content. Create. Upload videos. Select files. Drag and drop. Reforged 2. There we go. Can tornadoes destroy concrete ceiling? Well, it depends. Depends on whether the tornado goes straight over it. Depends how well the foundation is built. How thick it is. How good the supports are. And a little bit of luck. I mean, I'm no structural engineer. I'm some kind of engineer, but not that. I'm the lowest kind of engineer. You know, you may define whatever that means to you. Not really. Streets of brick. Well, it's kind of funny because there is one, like, cobblestone road in my, city. In my city, there's a single cobblestone road, and it's getting replaced right now. Like, they're getting rid of it. Because it's terrible. He's just gonna burn. It's kind of funny. And he's gonna burn again! Hopefully to completion this time. Nope. Gonna have to help him. A little bit. Bounce the shot. Of course. Because of the enhanced armor, Gold. Because of the enhanced armor. Don't you know? I know what I'm doing. Don't you trust me? Ah, shit. Alright. That was a major. I ain't telling you that, otherwise you'd know where I was. Or where I am. Rather, still. So there is no such thing as a major, it's just one complete thing. There is no minors. Unlike on that other YouTube channel. That's where the minors are. Ah, oh. Well, the MT-25 is going to be the real problem. Because I can't kill him. He's going to kill the Stug. The KV, he's probably dead. Like, this guy ain't good. Oh, shit. No! I have no chance. No chance of winning this, sadly. Oh, there he is. Reload faster! Come on, little guy. problem is he can go into the bush. Right? And I'm like too tall. Like too small. To spot the KV approaching. Ah! No! Screw you! Upload file. I don't have to stream the video, I just have to like upload it and release it, you know. Thursday. I'm not gonna stream on Thursday. Friday, I mean. Okay, next day, 11/3. You mean Friday? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll stream it on Friday. Friday. Would be cool. I'm gonna stream every day. Well, I mean, I can just yeet it into VLC and then show it. Okay, he's got that. Jay had nothing to do on Thursday either. Yeah, but just because I've got nothing to do, don't mean I'm gonna do Blitz. I'm gonna play some Lemu at some point. Again. Lemu Ultimate. Right? And I can't stream Lemu in the current configuration. So... I wanna play that. And the Lemu is like... It's proper sim racing, right? So you need like an hour of warm-up to get back into it. Already. I'll try to... I'm probably just gonna do Hypercar. But... I mean, I've always just been doing LMP and Hypercar, really. I don't like GTs. Never been a GT driver. That's correct, 33. I don't know what that is, but probably not. Let's block him. Let's get the 268 involved. Let's draw him out further. There we go. I ain't stupid, you know. I know how to play you. I know how to play you, boy. I just gotta... If you're in a fight like that, you gotta know how to get out. Right? I would have never stayed with the IS-7 and, like, seeing the Rhinoceronte approach if I wouldn't have exactly known there's a 268 behind me that I can reverse into. Right, I can just, like, reverse into the 268 and then those guys can't do anything about it. Now I'm gonna get out of here with the E3. Get the fuck away from me, you... Stop blocking me, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna get me killed, bruv. Because there's a big-ass E3 there. Ah, shit. Well, we lose. Because, like, the Patton was the only one that's sort of semi-hit pointy. Hit pointy. Through that guy. Now, like, ow. Damn it, that's not it. Shoot the E3, I suppose. If he peeks. No, he doesn't. He's not even gonna peek. Fuck, the Crown Monk's blocking me! I have Gunner APC, yes. I've tried it. I've tried it. I didn't get the point of the game, you know? Maybe I'm too stupid to understand it, but I kinda didn't get it. So, yeah. Generating, okay. I don't know. I don't know it. Damn, so close to 420. Well, 4220, but still. What the Forsha doing? Alright. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm gonna really try to get a game. In the most important tank in the game. That is the M2 Lite. Done. Okay. Publish. There goes the video. Publish. It has been, wow. Last video was Thursday. I made a total of 3 videos in May. Wow. I'm very productive in Blitz. I made 1, 2, 3, 4 videos in April. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 videos in March. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 videos in February. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 videos in January. So I went from 9 to now 3. Ain't that pretty? And I think about it, yeah, of course. Ain't that kind of the point? Frick. Where do we need to go? Huh, here. The hell, Cyclone? The hell? What you doing? What you doing, honey? What you doing? The hell? Huh. Okay. Nah. Gotta one up news or something at least. What do you mean one up at something? What does it matter? You know? Mussolini's more famous than him and me. Does that mean it's good that you're more famous? Or whatever? You know? I mean, human life matters so little that comparing yourself to the life of someone else is a waste of time. A waste of time that is quite limited. That you should probably use for better things. Like to adequately hydrate yourself with water, for example. Like, drinking water is one of the easiest ways to not get fat. Right? Because if you drink like soft drinks all the time and you eat a lot of food, boom, fat. But if you drink water, you can eat a lot more because there's no calories in it. So do that. And what tank would you like? Is there a tank that shoots itself? I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. Well, maybe what's it called? That one with 2 guns, where one of the guns is broken. Because, you know, you got 1 testicle. I don't know what that one's called, but like, maybe that one. See, the average human has below 1 testicle. Think about it. Hellsing, no, that has 2 proper guns. Forest Witch, I think it's called. Yeah, this one. See? One gun's fine, and the other one's like flying in the air. This is the one I mean. Well, it's time for the communist M2 light. The M3 light. Which is also American. There we go. Because I'm the only one in chat right now, so I can say anything I need to respond. But I don't have to respond. I can just ignore you. Just like how I ignore my feelings. You're more constant uploading than peak Technoblade. Yeah. That is true. I mean, I never watched Technoblade, so I don't know. But I'm more consistent than H-Bomber guy, I can tell you that much. Even though I'm probably gonna turn into H-Bomber guy eventually. You know, bald, sexy beard, insane. That's my goal. You okay? No. Alright. I am very much not. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's... See, that's why. I can see the future. I know I'm about to get wrecked. Grizzly right there. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best. Still save this. But I do assume the Hetzer is there camping at the tracks. Look at that round booty of his. That's very tasty. What? Excuse me? Wait, is that the front? I think that's the rear. It's the murder. So I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Well, it's kind of risky because, you know, I'm gonna die now. Or he dies. Or he dies. Alright. Patrice. Patris. Who's your favorite? Fernando Alonso. He's right. It's like he's in Formula 1 as long as I've been alive. He's a racing driver. What do you mean? $1,000 damage. Somehow doing pretty damn good here. Problem is, the last one's a Matilda. What did you mean then? Wait, we're not talking about racing? What do you mean? Do you even watch Formula 1? Well, don't watch Monaco, that's boring, but... Do you even watch, bro? Come on. I think I can do it. I think this is gonna be an ace. I think this is gonna do it. Come on. Come on. Gimme. 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 Please. Gimme. Gimme. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. No, I can't do Ronnie Coleman. Alright. What's that? Hi. Heather will move the tank restore. I have no idea. I got the ace. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that simply beautiful? Alright. Now, I thank you, as always, very much for your support. Hope you've enjoyed another stream. On Friday, it is Reforged update server stream, if it's available, if it's alive, then gonna have a look at that. So, thank you very much once again. And as always, stay safe, don't die. Goodbye.